So I just got back from one of the giant lifting warehouses here in Washington State with a bunch of new equipment for the home gym. One of them being this Northland open trap bar, which I am very excited about. And if you are unfamiliar with this thing, it's been covered fairly well. I mean, all the major YouTubers have, received it and reviewed it. And the overall impression seems to be that this is one of the best open trap bars, and really just any trap bars on the market. This thing is so well built that it's very highly regarded and very well recommended, and especially for the price point of around $300, this seems to be pretty much the best option there is out there. Now again, because this trap bar is so highly recommended, the 16-inch version at the time that I purchased it is just completely sold out. It's sold out in all of the retail location and even sold out online, so I couldn't even buy it. Now the 10-inch version, I'm assuming this is because it's a newer version, it's something that just recently came out, and because the 16-inch version is more universally sought after because that's the more common length for just trap bars in general. More people have purchased that, completely sold it out, and I myself wanted the 16-inch version. And because I was forced to buy the 10-inch version, because again, this was the only option that I had available, because I was forced into buying this, I really questioned how much weight can you actually put on a 10-inch sleeve. So for this video, we're gonna find out. Now for this video, I'm going to be using the giant lifting rubber coated grip plates, simply because that's also what I purchased today, and it's what I'm going to be using in my gym moving forward for the foreseeable future. All right, this is going to be a fairly straightforward video because I'm just going to grab the 45-pound plates. I'm pretty sure that's all that most of us are going to be interested in. There's one. Here's two. 3. And 4. Now, one of the nice things about these plates is that they do interlock to a degree, which does save some space. I mean, we're talking millimeters, but it should help in this regard. Now, I personally only have 8 of these grip plates, and that means 4 on each side, but here's a 35, and that should give us a pretty good representation because the 45s and 35s are essentially the exact same size. Now, lastly, I do have these Rogue aluminum collars that I use essentially every time I need a collar, and they are 1.5 inches thick, according to the website. And as you can see, they do clip on, but I can tell you right now, they are overhanging. So while I was at the giant warehouse, I actually did pick up a couple of these giant lifting collars, but I've seen a couple of different companies make the exact same thing. And as you can see, 2 of these giant collars is, almost the same size as one of these Rogue ones, and just a little bit over half. And as you can see, if we throw it on here, it's basically perfect. It's just right at the very edge of the rim. All right, so as you can see with the plates and collars that I'm currently using, we're sitting at around right about 500 pounds, give or take. The size of your plates, a little bit thicker, a little bit thinner, you might lose a plate. But for the 10-inch Northland open trap bar from Giant Lifting, we can pretty safely say it's about 500 pounds that you can actually load on here if you were to use steel plates. Now, of course, if you were to use fully rubberized coated bumper plates, we're talking about maybe 3-ish and a little bit of change. So around 400 pounds, you do lose quite a bit if you were to use bumper plates, and that's kind of where you would want to jump up to the 16-inch collars, but that's just purely if you want to use all rubber plates. I do believe that the 16-inch would be more beneficial. But just logically speaking, obviously the 16-inch sleeves are 6 inches longer than these 10-inch sleeves, and just looking at it here, if I were to load out a 16-inch sleeve with these specific plates, I can probably get 3 more pretty easily, maybe 4. So we're talking mid 700s, 800 maybe, give or take, if I were to load out a 16-inch sleeve with these particular plates. And obviously 500 to 800-ish pound, that's kind of a big range difference. But I'm assuming if you're lifting this much or 800 pounds, you would know, and it's pretty obvious which one to get. Obviously, I can't speak for you, but for me personally, even obviously with the trap bar deadlift, it's a little bit easier than your conventional, but still a 500-pound deadlift, I'm assuming on the trap bar, it's still going to give you a pretty good workout, because I personally can only max out around like, your low to mid 500 on a conventional deadlift. So here, me personally, I would rather save the space, because another 6 inches on each side, we're talking about another foot, obviously. And I don't know if you can tell by my gym, we're almost touching both sides. So personally, I would rather have the space saving than the extra 300-400 pounds of increase in weights that I personally would probably can't even max out. But of course, something to remember is that Giant actually sells these sleeves separately. So if you were to buy the 10 and want to upgrade to the 16, or 16 downgrade to the 10, you can completely do that. These sleeves are just held on by 3 bolts on each side, very easily pop in and out. And you can just, like I said, just swap them out if you need the longer sleeves or the shorter sleeves. Pretty easy, just buy it afterwards. And that's gonna be it for this video. Fairly straightforward and easy. Hopefully it has helped you out and answered some questions. If you have any other questions, just leave it down in the comments below. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you can give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel for more content like this, or just leave a comment, tell me what you wanna see, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. See ya.